start with just last week. Obviously when Dan took the play calling, can you just walk us through how that went for you? I know that was important for you to be a play caller, getting a second shot. So when he took it from you, how did you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say exactly how it went down because that's private, but I fully support it. Listen, man, I've been doing this for a while. I've been with head coaches that are offensive guys, play callers, so I'm used to that. I feel very prideful of the things that I was doing. There's some things that I got to learn, no doubt, just like everybody else. But listen, I want to do whatever it takes to win. I mean, as soon as you said, I'm like, all right, let's go. What do we got to do? That's the way I've always been in this business. I've been cut 6 times. I've been fired. Man, you just march on, okay? Because it's always about the team. It always is. It ain't about me. Goals and this and that. No, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. So I didn't even blink twice because I know my role here. And the only thing that's changed is he's calling it on game day. I'm doing everything else is still the same. So I don't blink twice when things happen in this business. You always expect the unexpected and you move on. That's the way I've been taught. That's the way I've always done it. So I like where we're at. I mean, I'm going to help him as much as I can, just like I did last week during the game. Getting to feel how he does things, how they've done it here, and that's good. That's what I need to see that. And I'm helping him with things that he doesn't, because he doesn't call plays a lot, and neither have I. But I tell you what, the collaboration that we always have great communication. Every day we always talk, and it's been great. It's been great, and like I said, man, I just move forward. I just want to win. I'll do whatever it takes to help this team to win.
I ain't never lost. Never in my life.
All right, man. We have a big week for my Detroit Lions, man, going against those Philadelphia Eagles, man. Hey, listen, we're going to tune in to the press conference, see some of the stuff that they saying. I was very, very anxious to hear how Johnny Morton respond to the play calling being taken away from him by Dan Campbell, just to kind of show him the way we move in Detroit, man. Some of the plays that can help get J-Mo free, some of the things that, some of the ways you can use Raymond, different things, man. I feel like Dan introduced him to. I don't know if he's going to give him back the sheet this week, but I definitely feel like if the plan isn't to give him back the sheet at some point, then you got to move on from as an offensive play caller, as a coordinator, I should say. But I did like some of the things he was running. I just thought he just couldn't, for whatever reason, third downs he really struggled with the play call on what to do, how to move people. Man, it was a lot of St. Brown focus or Laporta focus, and I think defense is just holding in on it. And I think Dan Campbell showed him kind of how to use J-Mo, Raymond in them situation, and also Gibbs, but it was a lot of sneaking Raymond out into the flats, man, and just letting him work quickly if Goff can't hit certain targets. So that was super dope. But man, we're gonna tune into the presser, see what they talk about, man. And then I'm gonna tell y'all my predictions for this week, and if I believe we can go ahead and snatch an eagle out the air, man. Let's go.
Does the respect level, do you gain a different level of respect for Dan approaching things head on? You're not hearing from nobody else. He's coming straight to you.
Oh yeah.
Do you respect that? Man to man.
Yeah.
In that conversation.
But we always talk about it, and I think it's great because there's things that maybe he was always asking me questions, because I'm really heavily in the passing game, obviously, and I'm help him in the run game. I have questions. And that's just that communication every single day, along with Jared, and it's just been awesome. It's been awesome. So, like I said, man, I don't blink. Let's just go on. We're moving on. How do we beat Philadelphia? What's the best way of doing it? And we just keep marching forward, man.
You alluded, though, to the possibility of regaining the play caller role. Dan said the same thing when we talked to him the other day. So I guess just how do you approach the rest of the season knowing that that's still on the table?
Yeah, I observe what's going on during the game, and I just prepare like I'm doing it. Like I did last week. I'm preparing like I'm calling the game. All right, because in the game I'm like, okay, you're getting this, you're getting that. Okay, be ready for this or that. You know what I mean? I help him with that. So I'm approaching it like I'm still calling it. And then I'm kind of watching how he does things a certain way, you know, to get in the flow. There was a good flow last week. You know, the players felt it too. So that's me observing that and looking at that.
What did you learn from last week? Like in terms of getting that flow, was there something that happened that maybe you can, you know, add to your, you know, next time you're calling?
Yeah, I don't want to go into it and give the opponent something else, but I can see, you know, whether it's certain calls, set up this and that. That's the thing that I'm learning a little bit. How they've done it here, which has worked really well. And I'm not saying I tried to do that, but I can see how it goes. That's the biggest thing I caught from it.
John, flow can be a hard thing to quantify.
Sure.
When you're feeling it, to you, what does it look like? How does it feel, I guess?
Well, you saw it last week. I mean, and for one series.
I'm going to speed this up a little bit, man, because I want to get to what he's planning versus the Eagles.
We had all first downs. You know, I talked about CFL football for a second. It wasn't even that. I don't even know what it was. Might have been techno. But you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's just first down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down. And we had those moments this year. But it's just like everything was clicking last week. And I just thought that was really cool seeing that. And the players feed off of that. You know what I mean? So that's the thing I've learned from it. Because, you know, when I was calling it, I'm like, okay, what do you want this? You want that? You know what I mean? So I'm waiting at times for a call at times. Now Dan's just calling, you know what I'm saying? And then he'll say, okay, give me a pass. You know what I mean? Give me a pass. What are you thinking? And boom, I'm ready. So like during the game, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever the down and distance is, whatever it is, I'm ready for the pass. As soon as he says, I'm giving it to him. So that's kind of how I'm approaching it.
A lot of people may hear you talking and just wonder like how you can be so positive. You know what I mean? Like it does seem like a demotion getting the play calling duty stripped from you. So can you explain that a little bit more? Because we've seen it here before where it happened and it didn't work out with, you know, Anthony. And so
I'm still doing everything against, but I'm not calling the game. So you always have to be positive. You know, it ain't about me. It's about the team. It always is. I keep saying that, but it really is. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And why mope around so players can see that? What good does that do? I mean, to me, that's the way I've been taught. Just growing up and the coaches that I've been around, you always be positive. You know, you do whatever it takes to win the game and to prepare the team. And that's what I'm still doing. Because then it's about me if I just mope around and players see that. I'll never do that. Never.
We're going to check out a little bit of what's going on with Shepard. What he got planned for the defense? Let's see what Shepard started.
When it's, but again, I left that game, and again, I try to kind of glass half, or I want to be appreciative of every win, but I left that game feeling like we should have played a more dominant brand of defense than we did. And I know I said that coming out the Vikings game, and there's a lot of things we did do well. Starting with the run game, we knew going in Washington was going to make a conservative effort to run the football, just like we're dealing with again this week. And I think we had them right around 3.4 per attempt, which is good run defense in this league. Still some runs in there that I would like to have back, but that is what it is. It's the pass game that we got to clean up. Giving up these explosives that shouldn't be there. I say these 50-50 balls, that's the thing that has to improve upon the back seven linebackers, and especially the back end. When the ball's in the air traveling over 30 yards, it has to be our ball. And that's the mentality I want our DBs to take on, and I know they will because I know who coaches that room. On third down, they were 2 of 10, 20%. That's a really, really good day. Excellent job. That's a collective effort, front and back end. But it's the fourth down that has to improve. Critical situations, critical moments in the game. It's now 2 weeks in a row where we need to stand up and make those plays. All 3 touchdowns came off of fourth down conversions in the Washington game. Had a 4th and 1 in the low red. Vontae Maddox was there at the point of attack, bang, bang play. He has to find a way to make that play. 4th and 3, unexcusable mental error. Guy Deebo Samuel, a route we practiced since training camp. Everybody runs that route. Unexcusable to give up that touchdown. And then 4th and 5, my man Art Millette, I told you I put him right back there in that situation. You know, that was deja vu because it was damn near the exact same route, exact same everything. But I feel like he was in even better position this time. And Deebo made a phenomenal catch behind his back. But I told Art, he knows this, man, ultra competitive guy. And I told not only Art, I told the whole room, being in position, that's good in training camp. That's good maybe week 1, week 2, week 3. But where we're at right now in this season, being in position isn't good enough. You're paid to be in position. Now you got to go make those plays. In critical moments in games like we're getting ourselves into, the down this back stretch of November, December, January, you have to make those plays because that will dictate the outcome of the game. So a lot of good to take from it, but also a lot to learn from, which I know our guys will. I can tell you by the way they practiced yesterday, it was outstanding.
Hey, Shep don't hold nothing back. I rock with Shep, man. I don't really mince words. He ain't giving you ultra praise. He ain't too down on you, but he be biting heads off, man. I respect Shep, man, and what he be on.
Attention to detail, guys understanding the waters we're going into this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it.
Their running game maybe hasn't been what it was last year. It's still very, potent. What do you see from Saquon from that offensive line? The Eagles running game this week.
Yeah, probably one of the most violent units I've seen as far as the offensive line. Obviously coached by one of, if not the best. No slight to Hank. They're right there at 1A, 1B, whatever you want to call it. But Staley's the man. And it's for a reason. You turn on the tape. I talk to y'all about this all the time. Everybody want to say, what makes a good coach? You got to turn their players' film on. And that's what makes a good coach. Not somebody that can stand up here and give a dissertation about their scheme and their schematics. Let me see what your players do when I turn the tape on. And his players have performed at a high level and always have, and they still are. I don't care about the numbers and what they say. I know what that tape says. And if you give 26 a lane, he's going to find it, and he has home run ability. He's one of the most elite backs in this league, in this game, and it has been. He's a generational talent. We have one that we see every day in this building here with Gibbs. And he's in the same boat, same territory. So we understand it's a tall task, but it's one that I'm looking forward to see our front stand up to really see where we stand as far as the physicality standpoint. Gap integrity standpoint, you have to be gap sound against his running back because, like I said, he'll find it and he'll hurt you if he finds it.
With that theme a little bit, push is obviously a big topic when you play the Eagles. You guys have been really good on those 3rd and 4th down, 1 and 2 yards against the run. What has been, the heart of your success on those plays this year?
The players. Has nothing to do with scheme. It's the players. When you talk about game of inches, they take pride in it. And they've thrived in those situations. But I created the players, and it starts with that interior. DJ Reader, you turn on all those. He's a force. You can't move him. Tyleek Williams, Roy Lopez, who, by the way, man, popped off the tape. You talk about a guy popping off the tape and making the most of your opportunities. That's why I say don't soak and feel sorry for yourself. No matter if you get 5 or 50 plays, what are you going to do with those? And he got 12, and I felt him on all 12, and he popped. So like I told the room, when you pop off the tape like that, your role's going to expand.
Yeah, that's 100% fact, man. I didn't know who Lopez was, but I definitely noticed him all game last week. He was definitely doing his job. He was making some plays, man. I think he might have got a sack. I ain't 100% sure, but I definitely felt him last week.
And it's up to the guy to look next to you and say, we play the same position, and his role's expanding, so what's happening with mine? And that's what you want. That's when you talk championship caliber defenses, is that type of conversations, that how are we going to get this guy on the field? How are we going to do this because of the way they're playing? And that breeds competition within the season, and that's what we have right now. So, yeah.
Sorry, Chef. When did Roy first catch your eye in this league as someone that could potentially fit this team and this defense? And what do you like most about what he adds to the defensive line?
When we played Arizona and I heard the way that Frank Ragnow talked about him, kind of a guy that we never heard. If I'm being honest, I never really knew much about Roy until we played the Cardinals. And when I heard Hank Fraley and Frank Ragnow say that dude's real. And that's one of the best noses I've gone against this year. And it's like, whoa, who are they talking about? And you turn on his tape. And you turn on the Arizona tape. Nose tackles don't get a lot of praise. And that's what he played primarily in Arizona, was straight nose tackle over the center, and he wore him out. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves as far as his athleticism and his first step quickness. I think that you guys got to see on display in Washington. But yeah, man, he's been phenomenal. And you're talking about ultra team guy, selfless. He doesn't care if he plays 1 or 50 snaps. He's going to make the most of his opportunities.
Popping the
Probably going to listen to one more from Shep, man, and we're going to wrap it up.
way he is, Shep. Obviously, Tyleek is seeing a little bit smaller role here this last couple games, of course, with Aleem coming back as well. How have you seen the rookie respond to the diminished role?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's diminished. I think he understood what he was getting himself into when he was drafted and what it would look like when Aleem came back. So I don't think he's surprised by any stretch. We're completely transparent here. It's no knock against him. But I would like to see Tyleek play more. With what he was doing early in the year now, I'm not saying he's Warren Sapp or anything by any stretch. It's a lot of growth with him, and he knows where I need him to continue to grow and strive. But he should be playing more than 8 to 10 snaps, and we'll make sure that happens. But at the same time, you don't want to just start keeping rep counts and tally sheets. That's what don't get into that business. We're going to go with the guy that's kind of hot that day. And if that's Roy, well, Roy's going to play more. If that's Reader's going to play more. If that's Aleem, and that's how we operate here and always have. We don't try to please anyone. We're going to please this team and do right by this team, and that's going with the best guy on that day.
Yeah, I think my line's been balling out this season, but this is a crucial, big game, man. So far, we did stomp out Baltimore. We lost a big game versus Green Bay. We lost a big game versus Kansas City. Both of those were championship level games, and then we choked that fucking game away against Minnesota, which I'm disappointed in. This game right here versus the Eagles is gonna tell me a lot about my team. We're going up into Philly. And we need to figure out a way to go ahead and pull out a win. Can we win this game, man? Can we win this game? I'm going to be honest with y'all. As high as I am on the Lions, man, this is going to be a tough game to pull out a win in. We got so many elements going up against us. We still banged up. Philly's coming off a high and just beating the Packers, which I'm hoping works to our advantage. Dan Campbell taking over the play call. Another thing I hope works to our advantage, man. The players just want to fight for him. The fact that we lost to Kansas City and lost to Green Bay knowing that we're the 3 top teams in the NFC right now. Seahawks are doing their thing too, but I believe we can beat the Seahawks or whatever. I gotta give them some respect. They cooking. They're the top team technically right now in the NFC. With all that being said, this game right here, I think we're going to pull it off, man. I think we're going to pull it off. I've been thinking long and hard on it. It's only because of the circumstances. If Green Bay would have found a way to beat the Eagles, I would have had a lot more fear that Eagles are going to come. They're not losing 2 games in a row. If the Eagles' offense was super potent against Green Bay, or just hung 28 or some points, I'd have been like, yeah, probably not going into Philly and beating this team. But Philly offense has been weird all season. They've been having troubles. AJ Brown is fucking complaining, saying, "Hey, don't take me off. You got me on your fantasy. Take me off." He crying about not getting the ball. Saquon ain't having a decent season, but it's not crazy. It's not the typical take Saquon. The locker room seems weird. The defense is in lockstep. To be honest with you, their defense is so potent and crazy. I don't know what we're going to do versus the defense. They are strong at every level, but our offense is so strong at every level. I just think there's no way we don't crack that defense, man. There's no way we don't find ways to move the ball. And if we can contain their run game, I have no faith in Jalen Hurts beating us through the air. No way. Especially how disgruntled A.J. Brown is. He probably purposely at this point not trying to get him the ball because he's been an asshole for a few years now. This is kind of the best case scenario, but it's also the worst case because it could be a thing where he said all that. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Jalen gonna force him the ball. We gonna play man coverage, and we gonna play a lot of one-on-one coverage. And we don't even got our top tier corners. But they might throw Arnold on him. Arnold should be good. So we'll see what happens. Overall, I think we pull this game off, man. But it's gonna be a fucking tough game, man. I think we win this game 28-25, man. I think we win this on some field goal shit at the end. I'm sorry. I think we win this close-knit game, a dog fight. 3-point victory, man. It's going to be tough throughout, but I think we pull it off and we go ahead and establish ourselves as a top team in the NFC, man. It's going to be a dog fight. It's going to take all our effort, all our energy to win this game, man. It's going to be a tough showing, but I think we can actually do it, man. So, yeah, Detroit Lions going into Philly. We pull off a victory, man, 28-25, and we don't get to 30, unfortunately. But we do still put up some points and some yards on them Eagles, man. Hey, listen. BDB, NevaLoss Pod. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. We're going to watch my Lions snatch an eagle out the air, man. Hey, y'all have a good one, man. I appreciate everybody.